Hello, everyone, and welcome to UFC 249, What Could Have Been.
What's up, Roberto?
What's going on? Fresh off a massive bowl victory, we've got Big Cat. How you doing?
How's it going? This is awesome. I'm excited to watch some MMA, even if it's not real. This is what sports are now. We just have to play all of our sports on video games.
Let's get right into it. Let's get into the first fight of the night. We've got a very interesting matchup here, Big Cat. This was not a matchup that was set to take place tonight, but these two offered to step in, so we're going to let them go. These two have massive, massive heat in real life because the Korean Zombie and Brian Ortega were in attendance for the same UFC event together. The Korean Zombie's translator was sitting with him, and as soon as Zombie got up to go to the bathroom, Brian Ortega came, smacked his translator right in the face.
What?
He was upset about the translation that he gave. So we're going to let
Did
these
that
two
happen in
settle
real
the
life?
octagon. In real life, that happened.
How many
Yeah.
Gracies are there? They're like the Mannings of MMA. Like when you see their name, you're like, oh, I vaguely remember that guy, but you don't. You just remember like his father or his uncle or someone else.
So this is a big thing in the simulations that we've noticed in our tests. There will be a lot of almost in real life, like a feeling out process. The fighters will just sit here and stare at each other for a little bit.
Ortega's gonna kick his ass. You gotta move those feet. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. Oh,
And folks, always remember, we cannot control the fight. Oh, he's got a guillotine. He shot for, it looks like Ortega shot for a takedown. He's in big trouble. Oh, he's tapped. He tapped.
No
It's all
way.
over. The Korean
no way!
tapped out Brian Ortega. Unbelievable.
This is so perfect that I literally would have bet, like I would have live bet Ortega after 2 seconds, and then he gets tapped in the middle of the first round.
The submission specialist, he did not anticipate getting caught in that guillotine, kind of went into that takedown reckless.
I'm so happy I did this because it's good to know that I still got it. Like I would have tweeted out, thanks for coming out, Korean Zombie, 10 seconds in, and then he just taps him, and I would have looked like a fucking idiot, and everyone would have made fun of me on Twitter. So I still got it. I'm just keeping it fresh. Whenever UFC comes back, I'll be in perfect shape for this.
I got nothing else to do, so might as well watch the fights here. What's going on, Robbie? Yeah, thanks for having me.
UFC commentator himself, Brendan Fitzgerald.
Francis Ngannou, huh? This guy's still training like all the time. I see on Instagram and Eric Nixig,
gym, right?
He's out in Vegas at Extreme Couture, and I think that they still just go into the gym and hit pads all the time because they know that they got to be ready for whatever's coming in May.
Yeah, Dana's told everyone, stay ready, right?
Yeah.
And that proposed card for May is next level. I mean,
So
the beautiful thing about this broadcast, this Barstool Sports broadcast, is that we can say, I came everywhere when I saw it. Just come all over the place.
You know, I was thinking about Ben Rothwell, and I was like, when did he last fight? And then I realized in December he kicked Stefan Struve in the nuts like 5 times.
Rothwell coming out of the gate hot.
How about the uppercut and the two-piece and the overhand right? This is fantastic. Head kick this time. Oh, stopped him in his tracks with the right cross. Head kick from Rothwell. See, now, Ngannou's big, but those head kicks to Ngannou hit Stefan Struve in the nuts because he's so tall. That's what happened.
The media is in this game as well, and I don't know who works at EA, but I would love to get a little backwards hat twerp in the media.
A backward? Oh, like you're in the media section there.
Imagine they put the animation of me reacting to the Conor knockout. Gel 94. It's still
yeah. Oh, nice body work there from Ngannou, and he comes up top with the right cross. This is fun, Robbie. Thanks for having me. I needed to get this out of my system. Now, the reality is if these guys are landing clean shots like this, there's no way one of them's still conscious. Oh, Ngannou
with a Kimura.
Oh, there's the tap. Francis Ngannou by submission.
They call him the Predator for a reason, folks. Joining us now for the next fight, Megan Olivi.
Megan, the stage is yours. Thanks for having me, Robbie.
We're ready to get into this next fight. This was the co-main event for UFC 249, a very exciting one as well. I was looking forward to it. Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade, the rematch. This first fight was incredible, and it doesn't get the credit for that because the finish was so over the top.
No, absolutely. Up until the finish, it was probably the best Rose Namajunas we had ever seen inside the octagon. And she went into enemy territory to do this. She was fighting in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, against a Brazilian. She was the underdog, and she came out looking spectacular, but then the pile driver did what the pile driver does, and she slammed Rose and got this insane knockout. It was actually, I was backstage watching this on a monitor, and I screamed. That fight between Wei Li and Joanna, not just one of the best at 115, one of the best in the octagon, period.
In the UFC, yes, I agree.
You know, it's got to be in the top 10 at least. As you see Rose Namajunas getting ready to get in the octagon, she is one of the most physically and mentally and emotionally tough athletes, I think, inside the entire UFC octagon. If you saw her share her story on The Ultimate Fighter, you know that she's been through a lot in her life, and she comes out there and she's almost like a thing of beauty when she performs. It's almost like you're watching a ballet or something when you see Rose Namajunas inside the octagon.
Megan, do you know what I would do for Jessica Andrade's biceps? Her arms are unbelievable.
That's the thing they like. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Jessica Andrade showing her power early. Jessica Andrade is landing here. This is not like the first fight, you know, where we saw Rose kind of picking her apart. It happens.
Oh,
Unexpected, Rose. Do you believe that this is another fight where we see a sub? Oh, taking her back.
I think there's something to the UFC game having a easy submission system. Rose
How
is
can
fighting
Rose
out
defend?
well. Rose is fighting though. Can she get out of this? She's fighting.
I don't know.
Fighting. Oh, she gets out. Rose is out.
Oh my God, she's back on top. Rose Namajunas with the scrambling abilities.
The fans here are on their feet. Rose expended all of her energy trying to get out of that. Andrade grabs the back yet again. Oh, and Rose, what a
She is out.
round.
Okay, so obviously Jessica Andrade made some changes in preparation for this rematch. She got picked apart in that first fight. She didn't want it to happen again. So maybe we'll have some guest commentary who can now watch this fight and let us know what's happening. Here, take a seat.
Oh, look
Coach's
who it
corner.
is. Special analyst Joseph
Third man in the
Benavides,
booth.
program.
Hey, thanks you guys for having me in. In between corners, Rose's coaches said all the right things. You know, a lot of people are going to boo her. This is some of the hardest, most taxing stuff on your body to compromise your strength moving forward in the fight. And this is what people don't understand in the clinch situation.
Ooh.
Now it's
Huge
still
shot
with
there from Rose.
yeah.
Andrade
tuned
with her
in.
guillotine here.
Andrade with 7 career submissions.
Oh, Rose is asleep. She went out. Rose is out.
Oh,
Rose
Andrade
Namajunas
is asleep.
love
finished
that.
again by Jessica Andrade, this time with a submission. Oh my God. Jessica Andrade has 6 bonuses in her UFC career. You got to imagine this could potentially be number 7.
I think you're right about that. I think she may be getting those 50 G's from Dana himself. He was ringside. He's got to be impressed with that performance.
One of those fights where you're so happy for the winner and so sad for the loser because they're both such great people.
And there he is, the man himself, John Anik. What's going on, buddy?
My man, I mean, I'm so glad that we are not dark tonight, and there's nobody I'd rather chop it up with for a few minutes than you.
So you were actually going to call this card. You must have been in the loop when they said, all right, it's happening. Did you get instructions?
So I actually had a flight booked. I was going Fort Lauderdale to Denver, Denver to Fresno, and then it was a 40-mile drive from Fresno to Lemoore. So the day my flight got booked, the flight card got postponed. So my wife was happy about that, but I was ready to go because at some point, Robbie, there's going to be a show May 2nd, May 9th, whenever it is. Eventually, we're all going to have to travel. So
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this fight. I hope we see this fight soon in real life as well.
I think so, too. You're talking about 2 of the best welterweights in the world, and Leon Edwards was richly deserving of this opportunity against the American, the former champion, as you see there, the chosen one, Tyron Woodley. I give T-Wood a lot of credit. I know we're not in London tonight, Robbie, but for giving Leon this opportunity against the former champion, because this is obviously the fight that can take Leon's career, you know, to that requisite next level.
I'm an unbiased commentator, but I hate Colby Covington. Unbiased, I hate the guy. Fight, but it pays off.
God damn. See, this is why we don't drink while we're calling fights. Surprised that Woodley had. Oh!
Huge shot
from Leon Edwards, and you see Woodley continues to choose that body as his preferred strike. But I'm not surprised Woodley hasn't gone for the takedown. You know, he's so confident in his power on the feet, and I'm not surprised that he wants to beat Leon in his realm.
Joe Buck was offered $1 million to do play-by-play for some porn. A porn company actually offered him that. Have you seen that story, or are you thinking maybe the UFC gets an offer somewhere? You, Rogan, and DC?
You know, I would have to get the Dana White seal of approval. I guess the only thing that would really give me pause in doing that, to be honest with you, is the repurposing of that audio, and it's somehow ending up on my daughter's radar. Although he's got to raise those hands if he. Oh, maybe first takedown attempt, but Wilby gets it. North-south now. We'll see if the fans can be mature in this position. Even if it's one of the most educated international crowds we have, they still think 69. Joke.
Could we see another submission? 4 in a row on this card. Yes!
Oh!
Leon Edwards tapped out.
So it goes into the books as T. Wood by submission in round 2, and in a career full of them, Robbie, that is a huge win for the former champ.
He is fired up, and for good reason. What a comeback victory from him. And what other card can you remember? 4 submissions in a row. We'll get onto this main event. This is the fight that everyone has been waiting to see. The cursed fight that is unfortunately, legitimately cursed in real life. 5 times over the last 5 years, this fight has been booked, and it's been canceled all 5 over the craziest reasons you could ever imagine. A global pandemic, someone tripping over a wire, someone missing weight due to tiramisu, someone's fluid filling their lungs. I mean, there's a trillion things that has canceled this fight, but we'll finally do it in the video game. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson for the UFC lightweight championship.
And obviously this is a little bit bittersweet, but I'm getting chills as you set this thing up. This is one of the biggest sporting events of my lifetime. You know I work for the UFC, but given what these guys have accomplished in this division, given what this man, Tony Ferguson, has accomplished at 155 pounds, this may be the singular biggest fight in UFC history for me. What's most amazing to me about this fight, right, is that Tony Ferguson right now, for the first time, is fighting for the undisputed lightweight title. You know, it was him and Khabib, who was the first fighter ever at 155 pounds to put a double-digit winning streak on paper. And for all of these circumstances, he's got an interim belt at home. He's never competed for the undisputed title. You just can't possibly be more deserving than this man is, and he can reach the pinnacle here tonight in a matter of minutes. So on the other side, of course, you have Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is 28-0, and most people believe that if there's any lightweight who can take his O, it is Tony Ferguson. Brings a lot of stylistic challenges to the table. All of that being said, when I'm watching a Khabib fight, you spend so much of the preamble before the fight making a case for the underdog because he's always the favorite. And then the fight begins, and Khabib is at his suffocating best right out of the chute, and you say, oh, yeah, that's why he's the favorite. The big tan, Dan Miragliotta, getting us started.
Touch of gloves there. Dana White is ringside.
The only moment that I could compare to these moments sitting octagon side for a championship fight, oh, nice left hand from Tony early, is when your team's did a Super Bowl. That's the only time I've had a feeling like I get when there's a UFC belt on the line.
Everything about it. Wow, what a takedown there. What a trip.
All right, so less than 30 seconds in, Khabib Nurmagomedov takes Tony down.
And full mount.
Wow.
Already. Oh, my God. This is what we call smeshing from Khabib.
Ferguson trying to hip escape and does, and might be able to transition to Nurmagomedov's back here.
Don't tell me he's trying to do what I think he's trying to do here. Don't tell me he's trying to get a twister here. No.
Maybe trying
no.
To, oh, wow.
No.
Oh, wow.
Could it be? Khabib taps.
Oh, my God.
It's
Tony
over.
Ferguson submits Khabib Nurmagomedov, Robbie Fox.
With a twister. Of all the moves he could have done it with. We've waited 5 years, and it took less than a minute.
Unbelievable. Here's how it went down, Robbie.
We did see a clean sweep, 5 submissions, and we do realize the UFC submission system may be a little broken, and for the next simulation, we will try to make it harder. This is the first stream. Give us some credit. Let's see if he gets the title strapped around him here. He's got it, right?
Unbelievable.
What a moment.
Finally, Tony Ferguson is the undisputed lightweight champion. And as usual, Robbie getting it done with style points, submitting Khabib. And it's interesting because when you're an undefeated fighter, there's so much confidence that comes with that. Tony hasn't lost since Cinco de Mayo 2012, right? It's been a long time. But it's going to be very interesting to see how Khabib can rally past this because he has been bounced from the ranks of the unbeaten and in a decisive, dominant way tonight.
I really appreciate everyone who has joined us today. We hope that for the last hour and 10 minutes, we've provided you guys with a little bit of entertainment. John, I really appreciate you joining, calling the main and co-main with us. Megan Olivey, Brendan Fitzgerald, Big Cat. Thank you to everyone that has joined the stream. And from UFC 249, good night.